Zaporizhzhia, another name, another village, Tsvetkove. But on today's battlefield map, small locations can signal bigger shifts. Reports indicate Russian forces have taken control of Tvetkove, more than 8 square kilometers of defensive area now under new pressure. Forward positions disrupted. UAV control points reportedly neutralized. If accurate, this is not just a tactical move. It is a test of defensive depth, a signal about momentum. And a question hanging over the southern front. Is this a localized gain or the beginning of a broader frontline shift in Zaporizhzhia? In modern warfare, breakthroughs are rarely dramatic. They are incremental, measured in tree lines, trench segments, supply corridors. Today, we break down what is happening in the Zaporizhzhia sector, calmly, analytically, without hype. Because when the front line moves, even slightly, the strategic consequences can travel much further. Tvetkove is not a headline city. It is a node. Open fields, agricultural belts, sparse tree lines cutting across flat terrain. A geography that looks simple on a map, but punishes exposure. In Zaporizhzhia, terrain decides tempo. There are no mountains to hide behind, no dense urban blocks to absorb pressure. Movement here is visible, especially from above. And that is where the equation changes. This sector has evolved into a layered surveillance battlefield. Drones map trenches daily. Artillery adjusts in near real time. Supply vehicles rarely move without being tracked. So when a position like Tvetkove changes hands, the impact is not symbolic. It alters observation angles. It extends artillery reach. It shifts drone launch proximity. 8 square kilometers may not sound dramatic, but in flat terrain, that space can expose the next defensive line. Another key factor, defensive depth. Modern Ukrainian defensive structures in the south are not single lines. They are belts, forward trenches, secondary fallback positions, reinforced strong points further behind. If Tsvetkove was part of a forward defensive screen, its loss does not mean collapse, but it compresses reaction time. Reserves must reposition, counter-battery units must adjust, electronic warfare coverage must extend further south. And then there is the UAV dimension. Reports of destroyed drone control centers are significant, not because of numbers, but because drone dominance shapes everything here. If aerial reconnaissance weakens even temporarily, artillery precision drops, response time increases, command visibility narrows. And in a flat battlefield like Zaporizhzhia, visibility is survival. This is why Tsvetkove matters. Not as a dramatic breakthrough, but as a pressure point, a test of elasticity, a test of logistics, a test of how fast the defending side can recalibrate under stress. And the most important question now is not what happened yesterday, but what happens next. Momentum in modern warfare is fragile. It is not measured by flags raised, but by sustainability. Taking Tvetkove is one variable. Holding it under drone saturation and counter-artillery fire is another. The southern front operates on a balance of pressure and response. If this movement is part of a coordinated push, we should expect 3 indicators. First, artillery intensity increases along adjacent sectors, not just one village, but parallel pressure across the line. Second, logistics acceleration. Fuel, ammunition, engineering units moving forward. Bridges reinforced, routes cleared, supply corridors hardened. Third, defensive reaction speed. Does the opposing side plug the gap quickly? Do counterattacks emerge within 24 to 72 hours? Or does the line gradually bend? Because bending is different from breaking. A front line rarely collapses instantly. It stretches, it absorbs shock, it recalibrates. And here is where Zaporizhzhia becomes strategically sensitive. This region is not only about territory, it is about corridor control. The southern axis influences supply routes, rail lines, and operational depth toward larger hubs. Even incremental advances can improve artillery geometry and drone staging distance. But expansion creates exposure. Advancing units extend their lines, longer supply tails, more vulnerable flanks, higher dependence on air defense and electronic warfare. In flat terrain, overextension is punished quickly. So the real question is not who moved forward. It is, can that movement be stabilized? Can reserves sustain it? Can the new line withstand counter pressure? This is a contest of endurance, not spectacle. And the next 48 to 96 hours in such sectors often reveal more than the initial advance itself. Because in Zaporizhzhia, shifts are rarely final. They are tested, probed, challenged. What looks like momentum today can become attrition tomorrow. Tvetkove is small. The implications are not. In Zaporizhzhia, shifts are rarely loud. They are incremental, measured, tested. If this movement stabilizes, it becomes a foothold. If pressure expands, it becomes momentum. If counter-pressure succeeds, it becomes a temporary spike. The southern front is not collapsing, it is recalibrating. Watch the tempo, watch the artillery rhythm, watch the drone density. Because in modern war, territory matters, but sustainability decides. For now, the line has moved, slightly, strategically, and that is enough to change calculations. This has been a frontline analysis, not a headline reaction. In Zaporizhzhia, movements are measured in kilometers, but consequences are measured in balance. Tsvetkove may be a small point on the map, yet it reflects a larger reality. The southern front remains active, fluid, unsettled. As always, developments will continue to evolve. Claims will circulate. Countermoves may follow. Our focus remains the same: calm assessment, open source analysis, and strategic context. No hype, no amplification, just clarity. If you value structured, neutral battlefield analysis, stay informed and stay critical. This is your update. Signing off.